I guess this is not an example of maybe a U sub, but to be able to have such an integral, if I wait for this to focus in, come on computer, there you go. Now this may not be an example of U sub, but consider this integral. Wouldn't you agree that if I had something like this in the integrand's position, that'd be a piece of cake? That would just give me a natural log. If I had this, that'd be a piece of cake that just give me an inverse tangent. Since they are both such a piece of cake, let's force them to exist. Both of which involve proper rational expressions, and that in the integrand's position is not a proper rational expression. Now you can take a break, and you can perform Pauli long division to rewrite this improper rational expression as a sum of some polynomial with a proper rational expression, but I'm tired, I'm lazy, it's too much work. So if you don't mind me looking at alternatives, I'm going to do what I teach my 9th grade algebra students to do, just add a funky looking form of 0. Leading term upstairs is U cubed. Leading term downstairs is U squared. But notice that the second term downstairs is 2 less powers than this with a coefficient of 2. So 2 less powers than that with a coefficient of 2 gives me this. Now, wouldn't that be nice to have? Because this fraction right here, if you cancel, if you factor out the u, just reduce it down to a u. Now it's not legal. I better put it back in. So my next term is u squared. And notice here too, if I just added 2 to that, this fraction right here is just a 1. But let me compensate for my actions. So far I got u cubed, that's what I started with. So far my u squared term is here, that's what I started with. I got a 2u, but I started out with a negative 3u. So to compensate, I'll add, oh, I just lost track of, didn't read that symbol. To compensate, I'll add a negative 5u. Now I started out with a 1, but I got a 2, so I'll compensate. Now let me just double check my arithmetic. U cubed there, u squared is there, 2u minus 5u is negative 3u, yes. 2 minus 1 is positive 1, got it. So let's take a peek. This fraction right here reduces down to just simply a u. This fraction right here reduces down to a 1. But now I think I got a negative 5u upstairs, as well as a negative 1 upstairs. Let's think of this. Now imagine there's a 2 upstairs, plus a negative 5, and compensate for the 2 by multiplying by 1/2. Isn't that going to give us a plus 1/2 times the natural log of u squared plus 2? And over here, isn't that going to give me a minus 1 over root 2 times the inverse tangent of a u over root 2? Oh, and shoot, don't forget, we'll tack on the constant integration. Ah, piece of cake.